The statements in this presentation have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. Isagenix products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The weight loss and income testimonials cannot be guaranteed and should not be considered typical. An unpublished 2008 university study showed weight loss of 7 pounds during the first 9 days of the cleansing and fat burning system. As with any business opportunity, success depends largely on the individual's skills, motivation, and effort.
Hello, everyone. This is Rick Despain, Vice President of Field Development at Isagenix. Welcome to the Saturday morning business training call. It is July 10th, and we're so excited to have you on the line. Today we have an incredible speaker and trainer who has proven herself as a leader of Isagenix, and I'm just excited to introduce you to her. But let me introduce our topic first. In this particular section, we'll be talking about the Kathy Coover's 10 Steps to Success, which follow the acronym leadership. And this particular topic will be on the S of leadership, and that is for sharing the Isagenix opportunity with personal contacts and referrals. And so look at it this way. You've fallen in love with the products, and they already know what they can do for your body, and they have that miracle of Isagenix begin. But have you really taken the plunge with your business and shared the power of residual income with others? And so this call will teach you how to do that. And the person that will be teaching you is one of our Isagenix millionaires, and she'll provide tips for sharing the Isagenix opportunity with your friends, your family members, and other prospects because she's been there, she's done it, and she's done it so well. So let me introduce who our speaker is for this morning. She is from Mound City, Missouri, and she joined Isagenix in June of 2006. And she, immediately achieved consultant, then star consultant that same month in June. Then she became a crystal executive in July. So 1 month she became a crystal executive. Then she worked her way up to a 5-star golden circle in 2 years. I mean, that is just tremendous. She has helped 3 of her personally enrolled associates achieve the rank of executive. So she's a 3-star executive. And just other awards that she's attained in Isagenix. She's a recipient of our Outstanding Performance Award in 2007. The Women of Isagenix Award in 2008, our Rising Star Award in 2008. I remember when we gave that to her. That was an exciting time. Our Above and Beyond Award in 2010, and just recently she became our newest Isagenix millionaire. She's an exciting speaker, and she's also become one of my dear friends, and she has so much energy. Please welcome to the call our 5-star Golden Circle, 3-star Crystal Executive, and Isagenix millionaire, Hilari Courtney.
Thanks, Rick. I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, this is a lot of fun. It's great to have you on the call. I've been out to Kansas City a couple of times and been out in your neck of the woods, and I've seen you in action on stage and how you've built and everything. And it is, it's an honor and privilege to have you on the call. But there's another reason why you're on the call because of your success. You deserve to be the one, Hilari, that talks about how to share the Isagenix opportunity with personal contacts and referrals because you did it in a way that it was fast, it was effective, and you built a huge organization just by following, the simple steps of action. So that's what we want to get in today. All of you who are listening to this call or on the podcast at isagenixpodcast.com, listening to this program, you will be able to hear the tips of how you can actually just dig in and do this and build your business. So let's start out, Hilari. First of all, just give me a quick, how did your journey to Isagenix? How did you find out about it? And then, when did it click in your mind that you could actually, go out and do this?
Well, awesome. I just, first of all, want to, just congratulate everybody for being on this call. I know on Saturday mornings I have 2 little babies. It's crazy, and you've got life going on. But just for taking the time to listen to this, shows that you do want to build your business, that you are committed. I always say, Rick, there's a difference between being interested and being committed. People who are interested, do things when it's convenient, and people who are committed do it no matter what. And that's what it takes to become an Isagenix millionaire and to build this business. And 4 years ago, it was just 4 short years ago, that literally, to tell you this quickly, we were in a place of financial devastation. I didn't know literally how we would pay some of our bills the next month. And I got, an email to come hear more about Isagenix. I flew to Salt Lake City and went to a 2-day event, Rick, and I had not even joined the company yet, but I wanted to check it out. And I remember being so impressed by the stories of people's product testimonies. There were 100 people in the room, and everybody had a testimony. It was just amazing to me. And then I remember, the next day they shared about, the business and the income opportunity. And I just sat in that room, and I remember thinking, if these numbers are real, I am doing this. And I didn't know at that time who Jimmy Smith was. And I remember he talked up front, and I asked at the end of the meeting to him, is this for real? Like, you really get paid this money, and it's on time, and it's, it's the real deal. And he said yes. And from that hotel, I hadn't even enrolled yet, Rick, I called several people, actually about 4 or 5, who had done business with me before, and people that I knew, from business, and I just said, this is the company where we can make $1 million. Do this with me. I'm going to build this. It's going to benefit you to be in now, and you need to get 2 people, ASAP. And that was amazing because literally that's why I became a star consultant, within the first couple of weeks, because I left the hotel not even trying the product yet with that, 4 or 5 people on my team. And, one time somebody said to me, but if you hadn't tried the product yet, isn't that out of integrity? And I said, absolutely not. When the company has a success rate like we do, 96 or whatever percent, successful that people are on the product, right there that day, I remember saying to George Ruiz, and I had just met him, if the product works, over 90% of the time with people, if they follow it right, this is black or white. You need the product works or it doesn't, and it does, so let's get on with the business. And to those of you listening on the call, I don't know what your situation is today, but I can tell you that I'm here to provide you with hope if you're willing to do the work. Because 4 years ago, like I said, we didn't know how we were going to pay, the next month's bills, and less than 48 months later, we were the newest millionaire. And so sometimes I have goosebumps right now looking at my arms. It's amazing, you guys. We were living in this house that we rented because we couldn't afford to buy anything. We had no credit. Now I'm standing here in the bedroom of our house, 6,000 square feet we just built. It's a completely different life because I made the decision that I was going to work for what Isagenix had to offer. And that's something I want to say to you today, that if you do desire to be one of the millionaires or you want to make a certain amount of money, it is work, but this is the best work I've ever done. It's so fun. You get to help people. That's the best part for me is, we have all these people on our team at a 6-figure income, and it's so awesome to be able to help other people, and that's really what this is about. And so I came home, Rick, and I made the decision that I was going to, talk to as many people as I could, as quick as I could, because we had to have something happen quickly. And, if you need massive action or if you need massive results, you've got to have massive action. And so, I made a list. I took the memory jogger, go into your library, print that down. I printed on the memory jogger, and I just started putting names on that list, filling in who my friends were. I said, Justin, if we were going to get married again tomorrow, who would we invite? We put everybody on there. And then I thought, who really owes me 30 minutes? Who does our insurance? Who cuts my hair? Who changes our oil? Who, has done book travel for us? Anybody that owes you 30 minutes should be on that list. And if you do business with them, they owe you 30 minutes. Your dentist, whoever, everything you can think of, whoever you've done business with, the local hardware guy, we do so much stuff there. All those people. And so I put them on a list. And then, Rick, I just started calling those people. And, what I found from doing this in 4 years is that at every meeting I do, I always have people make a list on their memory jogger. And the difference in what sets people apart, Rick, it's not that everybody doesn't make the list. It's that people don't attack the list. They make it and they do nothing with it. And it just kills me when I see that. I've seen so many people come to my meetings year after year. We do quarterly, the meetings in Kansas City like you've been to, and I see people come and they make the same list and they never do anything with it. And, I've always told my people that memory jogger is worth $1 million. I've always said that from the beginning. If you use it, it is. And so, Rick, now that's something that at the last ICU when I actually taught on this subject, I took the millionaire trophy on stage that they had given us, and I took that up there and I took up a memory jogger and I said, this is equal to this. It really is, you guys. If you will make the list and call the people, that's as simple as it is. And so when I call, I would just say, if it was a girlfriend, or somebody I was close with, I would just say, hey, I just started using a new product. I love it. It's got a great income opportunity. When can I come over? Tuesday or Wednesday? 3 or 4. I didn't tell them it's a cleanse and it does this and all this. And you don't have to know all of that. That's why the company spends millions of dollars on videos. So all I did was just get in front of them. And I knew once I got in front of them, then I would let the videos do the work. And so if it was like my insurance agent, I called her, and I did not have a personal relationship with her at all. I just knew her because I paid her the bill every month. So I just said to her, "Hi, Danielle, this is Hilari Courtney. You provide insurance for my husband Justin and I." And she said, "Yes, I do." I said, "You've had our insurance for 4 years." I said, "I just started, a new business." I said, "with a great company. It has a great product and a great income opportunity. When would you have 30 minutes this week? I could come in and show you what I've gotten involved with." And you guys, I'm not kidding. Had she told me no, I would have changed our insurance. And some people think that's crazy, but this is what you have to understand. If you want to get paid a six-figure income, you have to treat this like a business. This is not a hobby. I mean, if you want to make $100 a week or $100 a month, then you can definitely do that. But for me, this was, how I want to say this, I counted on Isagenix. I didn't hope that Isagenix worked. I didn't pray that Isagenix worked, but I knew, I expected it to work for us. So at that point, that's something that I did. So, I told Danielle, I'm going to come in, and she said, sure, go ahead and come in. So when I went in and met with her, she knew I was excited about what I was talking about because you could hear it in my voice, and you still can. I met with people in Kansas City yesterday, and one of the ladies said to me, "You sound so excited about this." And you guys, you have to be. If you're not passionate about the opportunity we have for people, you got to get passionate before you start contacting people, because you can hear it in people's voices. You can hear it in Rick's voice when he talks about the IsaBody Challenge. You can hear it in Kathy's voice when she talks about more 6- and 7-figure income earners. And so you have to be passionate about this. And so that's what I did, Rick, and I just went in, whether it was with a friend or somebody that I barely knew, like my insurance agent, and I sat down with them and I said to them, here's what it's done for me. And I literally shared 2 to 3 minutes, nothing more than that, because this is about them, not you. And then I just said, I'm going to show you 2 videos, and I want you to watch them. And as you do, I want you to think about, and see if there's anything that could improve your health or your wealth. And so they watched the videos, and when they finished, I just said, okay, great, Danielle, did you see anything that could improve your health or your wealth? And the videos that I chose were Are You Toxic and Wealth Revolution. Those are just the 2 that I personally liked, because one kind of on product and one on business. And when they finished, I just said, what did you see that could improve your health or your wealth? And they would tell me. I would literally have an enrollment form right there. I'd say, this is the pack I recommend for you, and I never do anything less than the 30-day. It's just 30-day cleansing and fat burning. I feel like either that or the President's Pack are the best ones. And I just, showed it to them. And if they had any hesitation, Rick, I would say, you know what, in 30 days, you're either going to get your health back or your money back. That's up to you. And so they would make their decision. And when they were filling in the back, one of the things that Kathy has really taught me is referrals. And in my past network marketing experience, I never asked for referrals. I was always intimidated. I always thought, they're not going to want to give me their friends and family's names and numbers. But I've kind of tweaked how I say it, and nobody hesitates. So instead of saying, to you, hey, Rick, give me some people's names, as you're filling in the enrollment form, I say, Rick, what if I could show you a way to get a $100 rebate today? Would you be interested? And everybody says yes. Everybody wants a $100 rebate, $100 off what they're paying, right? So when they say that, I say, great. I just want to, help you get 2 people that you love on this product. Who are 2 people that you love, either at work or at home, that could benefit from this? And they'll tell me a couple names, and I say, okay, great. When they get started with the same pack you just did, you're going to earn at least $100, because if they do a 30-day, you're going to get the $25 product introduction bonus from 2 people, and you get the $50 consultant bonus. So that's $100. If they started with a President's Pack and people do that, it's even more. So just right there from the beginning, I'm showing them to do referrals. I'm showing them to get their 2, and that's something that Jimmy teaches, is get them their 2 within 48 hours. And I think that's really, really important, because the quicker somebody gets paid, even if it's $50, they stay with the program. They stay on AutoShip. And I don't, that's just one little quick kind of off-subject thing, is AutoShip. Everybody I enroll goes on AutoShip. I call it, just like the company does Auto Rewards. I show them why they need it. If you're going to build this as a huge business, people have to be on AutoShip. It's the glue that holds the company and the comp plan together. So, just promote that as well. So, that's what I did, Rick, and my intention, I had a big goal. And so what I said was I told my husband, I'm going to talk to 100 people in the first 30 days, and not just talk to, but sit down and show this to 100 people in the first 30 days. And I didn't get to 100. I got to 41, but from 41 people, 27 of them said yes. And from that 27 people now, are 6,500 or 7,000 of the people on my team come from that original 30 days. So, in the beginning, it was just me doing everything and me working in the hard work. But by going out and having, a big list and doing that, it made all the difference. The other thing, Rick, that made a difference for me was always asking for the referral. And like I said, really from just listening to Kathy talk about how that built her businesses when she was in the field, I thought, why am I not doing this? It has to work. And so as I would go in and talk to people, if they said to me, no, I don't know 2 people, or no, I'm not interested in building a business, I carried a notepad with me, and it was numbered 1 to 100. And it was very simple, but I just told them, that's okay that you don't want to share this. I'm really trying to show 100 people in my first 30 days. Is there anybody I could just show? And one of the ladies that cleans our house, she said, yeah, you could show my mom. So I showed her mother, and then her mom said, I'm not interested in the business. And I said, well, I'm trying to show 100 people. Do you know anybody that I could show it to? And she said, yep, you can show it to a friend. I said the same thing to that friend, and she said, yeah, I have like 4 girlfriends that can come to my house. Now, this woman was in her 70s. She had 4 women at her house, and I sat down with her, and we went through the product information. They all wanted the product, but again, none of them wanted the business. And so I asked for the referral again, and one of the ladies said, my daughter is a chiropractor, and if this works, she can sell anything. And I was like, okay, thank you, Lord. And that's what I want people to hear, is that the first person I asked said, they gave me the referral, but it was just a product user and another product user and another product user. And I don't mean that bad, but, Jimmy always says he'd trade 1,000 product users for a business builder, because those are the people that are going to drive your business. And so, 4 times people said, that's okay, I don't want to build a business, but I just kept asking for the referral. And because of that, it led me to Dr. Seavey. And Dr. Seavey also has, I think, probably 7,000 people on her team at this point. So, it is worth asking for the referral, because that one referral, has definitely helped me, to become a millionaire with Isagenix. So, Kathy's right, that one referral can, mean all the difference in the world. So,
that's extraordinary.
That's just encourage everybody to ask for the referral.
And it's fun, because during that time you're still changing your lives. When you talked about the product users, yes, they're not building the business, but they're still, transforming their body. They're getting their health back. They're enjoying the product. And let me ask you this: some of those who saw your success as it took off, did some of those product users say, "Well, now I get it. Maybe I need to do this"? Did some of them come over and say, to you? Because I was out in Kansas City, and you had 200 people in the room, so some of them must have followed you.
Yeah, absolutely. Over time, it's interesting how people, when they, see that the product works, their minds do change. Like Lori, she's on our team. Lori Lober's an amazing woman, a stage.
Oh, Lori, yes, I remember meeting her.
Lori, she's amazing, and
she I've read her book. Yeah,
amazing
Better Than
book.
Pink, right?
Yeah, amazing book. And she definitely, she came in and said, I just want the product, but she saw what it did for her health as a cancer survivor, and now she has a team, 2,000 plus people. Her and her husband John have an amazing business. So I'm not saying when people only want the product, you give up on them. You definitely coach and train them. But I always look for business-minded or business-oriented people. I tell my team, who is your insurance agent, who is your real estate agent, your travel agent, because they all work on commission. And Isagenix is so unique, you guys, because it's residual, not commission. We don't have to sell something every time to get paid. It just keeps paying us. And so it's great, because a lot of those people already have a network of people, and they have the right mindset, to do what we do, Rick. So that's why I always ask for who owes you 30 minutes.
All right. Well, I've been taking notes here while you've been talking, Hilari, and I want to give it a quick recap. This is what struck me. Number one, you said if you treat it like a hobby, it'll be a hobby. Treat it like a business, and you needed to make it go. So you wanted to talk with 100 people in your first 30 days. You made your list, And then you did something that a lot of people don't. You actually took action. You attacked the list, and you went out and you called up 41, and out of that 41, 27, enrolled in Isagenix, and that's where the magic started happening for you. That's crucial, because that shows where action can actually produce the results. Instead of thinking about it, instead of analyzing, you go out and do it. And then the second part of this is that you told us what you can say, because this is where a new person usually stumbles. They're all excited, but they don't know what to say. And you talked about keeping it simple, just showing the 2 videos, asking them if they what value they get out of those 2 videos, either for their health or their wealth. So that's easy. Let the tools do the talking, and let the doctors on Are You Toxic, do all the laying out the information. And then whether they enroll right then or not, you ask for referrals. You want to fill out your sheet of 100. Always want to share it with someone. So you've got referrals coming right there. And I think the big deal is you haven't really said it, but it's your posture. Is that when people talk to you, they know that you're not only enthusiastic and energetic, but they know you're for real. You're doing this. You're not wishy-washy about it. I'm sure people are not even coming back to you and saying, "Oh, is this network marketing?" It doesn't even come in. I mean, because this network marketing done like this is done right, and you're going forward, and you posture yourself as, I'm a professional doing this, and then you train your team to do the same thing. I mean, that's what I got out of the call. Did I get it right?
Yeah, and Rick, the other thing, like when you ask about network marketing, I think that we need to be educated as professional network marketers. If you were a doctor, you would be educated, and so you need to be educated. And there are books out there and audios out there, that educate you on network marketing. And so when somebody says to me, "Oh, is this network marketing?" I say, "It is. Last year we were a $118 billion industry. How much did your industry produce?" And they usually it's silent, just like that. They usually just stare at me like, I have no clue. You know what I mean? I don't have any idea. And then it puts them like, oh, maybe she knows what she's talking about. Or, I love in meetings when somebody says, "Is this one of those pyramid things?" I love it. I say, "You know what? Can I ask you what you do for a living?" And, I just had a guy say to me that he was an engineer, and I said, "Great, do you work for yourself?" And he said, "No, I work for this big company." And I said, "So I just want to ask you, does the CEO make more money than you?" And he said, "Well, yes." And I said, "Well, does the management make more money than you, but less than him?" And he said, "Yes." And I went through and said, then you make this level, and then there's people that make less than you. I go, look, that's really a pyramid. If you wanted to make as much as the CEO, could you? And he was like, well, no. And I'm like, okay, what we do is the best way to do business. If you come in here tonight and you enroll, you can make more money than me. You can make more money than Jimmy Smith. It's up to you to make what you want to make. And that just diffuses it right away when I ask what they do, because they realize really quickly, whether they're a teacher or a nurse or an engineer, that they are set up in a system where they can't move ahead. But in Isagenix, it's up to you. So,
and that's beautiful. Now I'd like to ask you a question about
Sure.
Dr. Seavey, because that Dr. Seavey, that came, that contact relationship came from a referral.
That's right.
And but talk to me. What did Dr. Seavey do? Because it took off for her, which was part of taking off for you. How did did she do some of the same things? And did you teach her that? Did she duplicate what you were doing?
One of the things that I had written down the side of my notes was duplicatable, because like Jimmy teaches, and the books teaches that 90% of this business typically is duplication, and 10% is what you do yourself. And so with all of my team, that's what we teach. And we just did a Super Saturday 2 weeks ago, and I had everybody take out a memory jogger and start to put names on it. I just feel like it's the best way to do it. And then to talk, you can do big groups, and that's like more along the lines of with Stevie, she did a lot on one-on-ones, but then she totally got the model of network marketing, and so we would have her patients come every Monday night, and we'd do presentations with her patients, and she would share the product, and I would share the business opportunity. So we really got, her staff and her patients involved from the beginning, and her husband's a great businessman, so they understood the model of this. But, it is a matter of, if I would have done this trick myself, it wouldn't have really mattered. But people always ask me, well, why did you stop at 41? Why didn't you keep talking to the other, 60 people? And it's because I was teaching the 27, okay, do this. Now, did they all do it? No. But even if one or two get the idea, you guys, that's all it takes, because of how brilliant our compensation plan is. You don't need 27 people to get it. You need 2 who get it, So, that's what really sets it apart, because if you can just take this, it's so simple that you can teach this to your people, and they can teach it to their people. And that's why I like to use the videos, because it's very duplicatable. It's easy. Somebody brand new can go home and show videos. So.
Oh yes, and you're right. That's why the company spends millions of dollars on videos, and I've had fun with that. Even doing the Are You Toxic? That was one of my projects, and it was so fun to do, just to to give that tool to all of our associates. Well, I've got one other question that I'd like to ask you, and then we can wrap up, because this has been brilliant. You've been outstanding, because you're living it, and you're doing it. And what I'd like you to address is, for a new person who's just starting with Isagenix, full of enthusiasm, really wants to do this, they've heard this information, and on this call, this program. This is Saturday. Regardless of when you're listening to this, the next Monday is when you can take some action and go after this. What would you recommend? How do you take this information, put it into action, on Monday of next week?
Okay, well, if I heard this on a Saturday morning, I would take action Saturday afternoon. But if you want to wait till Monday, you can. But for me, that's the thing, just like what I just said. I think now is the time. Like, I'm snapping my fingers as I'm saying that, because it's just like you have to have a sense of urgency. You get the getting when it's hot, and right now people, they don't even know what Isagenix is. I can walk around my neighborhood still and say Isagenix, and they say, what? They don't know what it is, and so you guys, now is the time. Everybody always says, is it too late to get in? And I always laugh. Isagenix is a baby. It's brand new, but we have 8 years of incredible experience behind us and knowledge, and the video like that Rick did with Are You Toxic is phenomenal. It's the video that we show more than anything else. Thank you, because it's amazing. And so, now is the time. I guess that's what I want to say to you, is that I wouldn't wait till Monday, but I'd start making that list right now, and then call the people that you can call. Call the ones that are at home right now. Call the people that you can, and start getting them set up. If you're working full time, do it over your lunch hour. I remember one time Lenny saying to me that he was working and he had kids and he was so busy, so he set up somebody on his lunch hour every single lunch hour for a whole month. That's the only time he had, so that's what he did. So whenever you can make it work. I dove in with 2 feet from the beginning. And so, I was doing, as many appointments a day as I could get lined up. And what I want to share with you guys is you've got to, it matters where you want to go, but you want to continue to do that. 2 days ago, I did 3 meetings in a row. And then yesterday, we had 3 meetings scheduled. And we just do them, now I do them with my people to help them do the same thing. So, just starting now, and don't care. This is, I think, the biggest nugget I'm going to give you, is you cannot care what people think. I live in a really small community of 1,000 people, and in 4 years I've been doing this, I've had 2 babies. We have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and people, even my closest family have said to me from the beginning, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Get a job, all these different things, and you cannot let what other people say crush what your spirit is and what you want to do. And I think small minds, can't think the way that we think, and I don't mean that negatively. It's just that if you have a huge dream and a huge goal, and that's what Isagenix allows you to have. When I came in, I remember thinking, I can do this. I called my husband from that hotel, Rick, that first weekend before I'd even joined, and I remember saying to him, honey, this is a company where we can make $1 million. I know it. The people are real. The corporate staff is real. The product is real. Everything about it is the real thing. And so if somebody says to you, oh, why are you doing that? Or, oh, it's network marketing, just do not care. I just beg you not to care what they think, because don't let them make decisions for you. 4 years later, a lot of those people who had small thinking and said those things to me are still in the same place in their life, still in that negative, small thinking place. And here we are, a completely different life in 4 years. So I just want to, Rick, encourage everybody on the call, to just set your mind to what your goal is, determine how many people you're going to talk to this week, and make it happen. Go out and just, start sharing, and teach your people to share, and it all happens. It's just amazing.
And you've shown how it can be done. One of the things that, this has been an extraordinary call. The information that you shared, Hilari, on this call, you can turn it into to your $1 million success. And I'm just so impressed with you, because I remember when you came in the company, And I also remember, you probably remember this, Hilari. I had a conversation with Lenny Evans just a few months prior to you joining. And I asked him the question. I said, Lenny, who do you think is the greatest leader in Isagenix? Of course, he thought, is it Jimmy? Is it George? Is it Tony Escobar? Renata, Carol? I mean, there's so many names that are greatest leaders. And he started thinking through that, and he goes, yeah, and it's Jimmy and stuff like that. And I introduced the idea to him. So the way this company is growing, and the way we're attracting people. And I think that's where we started discussing about Isagenix is a people magnet. We're attracting the best people in the world. I said, Lenny, the greatest leader in Isagenix hasn't joined yet. They're probably going to be the one that will join tomorrow in your line, in your team. And I remember him calling me up and telling me about when you joined.
Well, thank you. I mean, that's so sweet. But Rick knows my personality, and before the call I said, don't say anything that, I don't like to talk about myself. And so that's really humbling for me to hear that. But, I believe, Rick, that we're bringing people like that right now. I mean, I feel we have people join every day that are way better than I can do it, so.
Well, then you're Columbus, and if you remember the story of Columbus, no one believed that he could do it, and what did he do? He created the evidence. He came out here and came out to the Americas, and at least for the Europeans' point of view, discovered the New World. It had already been discovered by the natives here, but he discovered the New World for the Europeans, and then everyone started to follow because he created the evidence. You as a young mom, having children, and I guess you're 31, 32, just in your low 30s, have become a millionaire. That's extraordinary. And in your 6,000 square foot new home that you're enjoying, you have created this evidence that what you do is working, and which is fantastic. But the real thing that you have done is look how many people in your organization have lost weight in inches, have improved their health, like Lori Lober, and look how many people you have impacted. I would be safe to say you have probably impacted more people for better health than most doctors. Think about it, and you have impacted more people for better wealth than most stockbrokers or financial consultants, because you are creating the path for people to really build their wealth. And on the health side, you have really done that. That's the $1 million that you've earned and what you will earn in the future is just a measuring stick of how many people you're helping along the way. You are extraordinary, and I applaud you.
Well, thank you so much. And I just want to say to everybody, just in closing, if you make it your mission to help other people, all this just naturally happens. And that's why people will say, what did you do? And it really is. If you can really focus on, okay, I'm going to help that single mom on my team get to where she can support her kids and not have to have 3 jobs. If you can get to where, you are helping somebody lose 90 pounds and really getting their life back. If you can really focus on your people and make it about your people, it's just, I always say, if you are loyal to your people, they will be loyal to you. And that's really what Isagenix is about treating people the right way and helping people be successful. And all the blessings just come because of that. So it's amazing, and I'm very, very grateful.
Oh, it's more than amazing. Let's finish with just one thing. Yesterday I made a phone call to someone on your team.
Yes. I'm so excited.
Because I was with the sales team. We all called up Holly and congratulated her for becoming one of our IsaBody Challenge finalists for 2010. She'll be going to San Diego to be part of the judging. She'll go on stage. Oh, wow, just to hear her emotion and everything on the phone. That was one of the best phone calls you can make as an executive with Isagenix. Another one of those people that you've helped, Hilari. Just tell me from your perspective, how's Holly feeling?
Oh, my gosh. She called me afterward, Rick, and I have goosebumps for her right now. She was elated, and, I'm so proud of her. I've seen her work so hard and be so committed and dedicated to this, and she just, it's just it's been life-changing for her, not just, it's all been life-changing for her. The weight loss has been life-changing, but her confidence has changed. Her finances because of losing the weight. I've seen her business go from, her cycles have easily doubled, if not tripled, because of this, because people are saying to her, look, what are you doing? So, she's just walked the walk, and she's amazing, and we're so excited for her.
Well,
can't wait to see her on stage at Celebration.
Yeah, we'll see where she comes in. I mean, she's in the top 3 finalists. She'll either be coming third, second, or first place. Maybe the grand prize.
We know where she'll come in. She's going to win it all, right? That's where Holly and I believe she's going to win it all. So
yeah, you put it out there, and there's another 18 finalists are going for it too. But it's just a wonderful challenge. Well, thanks again for being on this program. Hilari, it's been exciting to have you here. Oh, the information that you gave was right on. Take advantage of this, all of you who are listening, and if you want to access this again, go to isagenixpodcast.com and download this call, to your iPod or to your computer, and have other team members listen to it, or just direct them to the podcast, and so they can get this information and start revving up their business and doing what Hilari has done. Thanks again, Hilari. An awesome call. Thanks for your contribution this morning.